Trump administration considers adding Chinese chipmakers to export blacklist.
Vietnam, Thailand upgrade ties to comprehensive strategic partnership.
Techies rush to hunt for graphics cards to train AI.
Hello, so good to see you again in today's news. I'm Wang Yin, and here we go, the first headline of the show. The Russia-Ukraine conflict resolution talks in Istanbul, Turkey, will take place in a trilateral format instead of a bilateral one and are scheduled to be held on May 16 local time.
Separate meetings are being planned between Russia, Ukraine and Turkey. Meanwhile, Turkey's Anadolu news agency reported that delegations from Ukraine, Russia and the US will meet on May 16 in Istanbul. Earlier, on May 15, speaking to reporters in Turkey, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio expressed little hope for a significant breakthrough at present, emphasizing that real progress can only be achieved through direct dialogue between President Donald Trump and his counterpart Vladimir Putin. On the Ukrainian side, President Volodymyr Zelensky said he would not travel to Istanbul for the talks after Russian President Putin decided not to come and instead sent lower-ranking officials.
The Trump administration plans to put a number of Chinese chip-making companies on an export blacklist, but some officials want to deploy the move to avoid hurting efforts to strike a long-term trade agreement with China.
The Commerce Department has compiled a list of Chinese companies, including memory chip maker Chongshin Memory, to add to the entity list. Adding the chip makers to the export blacklist is the latest effort by the U.S. to make it much harder for China to obtain advanced American chips and chip-making technology that could be used to help modernize its military. However, some Trump administration officials have argued that putting export controls on critical Chinese groups now could jeopardize the negotiations. The Chinese companies could not be reached for comment. The Commerce Department and White House both declined to comment.
On May 16th, after the official welcoming ceremony solemnly held at the presidential palace at the government headquarters, the Vietnamese Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính and Thai Prime Minister Pathongthan Shinawatra just held talks and the 4th Vietnam-Thailand joint cabinet meeting.
With the common determination and consensus of the two countries' senior leaders, the two sides officially announced the upgrade of Vietnam-Thailand relations to comprehensive strategic partnership, opening a new chapter in the history of bilateral relations, demonstrating the long-term vision, strategic trust and common aspirations of the two countries for a future of solidarity and sustainable development. On that basis, the two sides agreed to set out cooperation orientations between the two countries based on three main pillars: partnership for sustainable peace, partnership for sustainable development and partnership for a sustainable future. At the end of the meeting, the two sides witnessed the handover ceremony of 8 cooperation documents in the fields of economy, security and education, and held a press conference to announce the results of the 4th Vietnam-Thailand joint cabinet meeting.
Upcoming are some updated news.
On May 16, the 2025 International Medical Science Conference with the theme, Sharing Knowledge, International Integration, officially opened in Vinh City. The event was organized by Nguyen General Hospital in collaboration with Bach Mai Hospital, with the participation of hundreds of domestic and foreign experts and scientists. The conference received more than 250 scientific reports, including 14 reports from international experts, 24 topics on emergency resuscitation, tropical diseases, maxillofacial surgery, anesthesia and resuscitation, presented by experts at the conference, are a process of synthesizing research, summarizing in-depth medical knowledge and the application of science and technology in medical practice. Thereby, the health sector of the whole country in general and Ngi and health sector in particular will strengthen professional cooperation, share knowledge and promote the application of science and technology in the field of medical examination and treatment and healthcare for the people.
The Japan-Vietnam Goodwill Cultural Event, the predecessor of the project, Japanese Children's Comics to the World, with the theme, Connecting Culture Through Folklore and Music, took place in Nghệ An. Initiated in 2007, after nearly 2 decades of operation in more than 20 countries around the world, the project has used stories, music and images to promote cross-cultural understanding, raising public awareness of global issues such as peace, education, environment and health. The highlight of the event was the performance combining the Vietnamese legend, the legend of Hon Kiem Lake, with ancient Japanese poetry through the storytelling of people's artist Le Con and the piano playing of artist Matoki Harai. In addition, the string quartet performances from the Vietnam National Symphony Orchestra also contributed to bringing the audience into an emotional cultural exchange space.
At the 2025 Asian Beach Handball Championship held in Oman, the Vietnamese women's team continued to write a golden page in history with a convincing victory over the Philippines. Officially crowned champions, this is not only the best achievement of the tournament but also a historical milestone, with the Golden Girls holding the continental title for 3 consecutive times, equaling Thailand's record. This is considered a harmonious combination of veteran faces from Ho Chi Minh City, Hanoi, and young players, creating overall strength, affirming superior class. This victory is not only a testament to the remarkable maturity of Vietnamese beach handball, but also opens up great opportunities at the 2026 World Championship.
The graphics card market in Vietnam is witnessing a profound change in both demand and usage. From a tool for gaming and graphics cards are now becoming a strategic weapon for the wave of artificial intelligence development. More in this story.
No longer a component exclusively for gamers, graphics cards have now become a support tool for techies. Din Quoc An, a graphic designer, has just completed upgrading his computer system. For him, graphics cards are not only a working tool, but also a mandatory investment if he wants to keep up with the pace of technology development.
Using a graphics card helps me a lot in my work, saves time, and makes my work performance faster.
The special AI wave from language models and image creation and chat applications is creating strong hardware demand in Vietnam. GPUs, once designed primarily for gaming, are now the ideal choice for training AI models. Tai Zon An, currently running a studio in Nghệ An, said that he started to pay attention to graphics cards when the demand for 3D modeling and video increased in his work.
My industry has been greatly affected in the past 2 years. Graphics cards and AI have made my work easier. I can draw scenes without having to go to the place, which is very difficult. I currently own a 300 million card. The first time I bought it, it was also a 60 million card.
At some large computer stores in Vinh City, mid-range to high-end graphics cards have recorded a significant increase in consumption.
The mid-range line is about 8 million. The high-end line is about 30 to 50 million. Many customers looking for graphics cards are not only technical people but also students.
The GPU fever not only reflects the global technological shift, but also shows the rapid catch-up of young people. When artificial intelligence becomes an inevitable trend, investing in tools, knowledge and infrastructure is no longer an option, but a must-take path if you want to break through in the digital future.
The last story just ended our program today. Thank you so much for your attention. Goodbye and see you later.